French Connection, The Conversation, Superman, Gene Hackman has died at the age of 95.
Agents from the FBI did not expect what they found.
Agents from the FBI were not prepared for what they discovered when they entered Gene Hackman's mansion. What they found hidden inside the property of the Hollywood legend shocked authorities and the public alike. The bodies of Gene Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa, were found in their Santa Fe, New Mexico home. Known for his legendary film roles, Hackman had always kept his private life guarded, raising questions about his past. Was this the unveiling of an old mystery, a hidden treasure, or something far darker? As more details emerge, the world is left questioning who Gene Hackman really was behind the camera. The deaths of the two-time Academy Award-winning actor and his wife have sparked a cloud of suspicion. Initially, authorities saw no signs of foul play, and carbon monoxide poisoning was suggested as a possible cause. However, investigators later deemed their death suspicious and launched a full investigation. The bodies were discovered by two maintenance workers who arrived for routine work and found the front door open. Two dogs were running loose on the property, and inside the home, a deceased dog was found in a crate, puzzling investigators further. The advanced state of decay and mummification of Hackman and Arakawa's bodies indicated they had been dead for quite some time before discovery. Arakawa was found on the bathroom floor near a countertop littered with pills and an open prescription container, sparking theories of a possible overdose, medical emergency, or something more sinister. One experienced investigator remarked that the situation didn't add up, saying, "It is an anomaly to have two people fall over dead at the same time without some major cause." Federal agents were reportedly stunned by the scene, describing the decomposition as so severe that it was almost like time had frozen inside the house. Authorities questioned how such a high-profile couple could remain undiscovered for so long while their bodies decomposed. Autopsy and toxicology reports are expected to be key in solving the mystery. Hackman, aged 95, was a widely respected actor known for his Oscar-winning roles in The French Connection and Unforgiven, as well as his performances in Superman, The Royal Tenenbaums, and Get Shorty. Though he retired from acting in 2009, his legacy remained strong. His final public appearance was in 2023, when he and his wife were seen leaving a restaurant, Hackman looking frail and using a cane. News of his death sent ripples through Hollywood. Gwyneth Paltrow, who worked with Hackman on The Royal Tenenbaums, posted a heartfelt tribute with a broken heart emoji. Investigators initially called in the New Mexico Gas Company to check for leaks, but all lines were confirmed safe, ruling out carbon monoxide. As the investigation continues, authorities are considering natural causes, accident, or possible homicide. Despite the lack of signs of forced entry or external injury, nothing has yet been ruled out. Questions persist. The bodies showed signs of drying, suggesting they had been dead for an extended period. Hackman was found near the back door, seemingly collapsed with a cane and sunglasses nearby. Arakawa was on the opposite side of the house, near a knocked-over space heater and scattered pills. 3 pets were in the home, 2 survived, but one was found dead in a crate, indicating food and water may have been available for a time. Experts suggest the leathery condition of the skin points to days or even weeks of decomposition, possibly sped up by the space heater's dry heat. Carbon monoxide poisoning has been definitively ruled out, and there were no signs of forced entry or visible trauma. Still, investigators are exploring all possibilities, including a potential murder-suicide or mutual suicide due to health issues. However, there were no notes, arranged surroundings, or clear signs pointing to that. The mysterious circumstances leave investigators and the public alike searching for answers. What truly happened inside Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa's home in their final days? The strange details, unanswered questions, and eerie silence only deepen the mystery. The world awaits the truth behind one of Hollywood's most unexpected and tragic endings. The theory that Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa may have died together by choice has raised questions, especially since their bodies were found in separate rooms. Some speculate that one of them may have died first, perhaps due to a fall, illness, or overdose, and the other followed shortly after, overwhelmed by grief. If Hackman collapsed in the mudroom, it's possible Arakawa found him and, in distress, took pills. However, this remains unconfirmed pending toxicology results. Another possibility is that something in their environment, such as extreme dehydration or exposure to a harmful substance, led to their deaths. Investigators are now delving into the couple's medical history to uncover any health conditions that could help explain the sudden loss. With no immediate answers, Authorities are examining every possible clue. Tests on their bodies could take weeks or even months. Police are also reviewing phone records, emails, and medical appointments in the days leading up to their deaths. The open front door has fueled speculation about whether another person might have entered the home, perhaps a visitor, a witness, or someone with malicious intent. For now, the cause of death remains unknown, and whether it was a tragic accident, a mutual decision, or something more sinister is still uncertain. Until the medical tests yield results, the mystery surrounding Gene Hackman and Betsy Arakawa's final moments remains unresolved. Adding to the complexity is the voice of Hackman's daughter. Elizabeth Jean Hackman recently spoke about her father's passing, expressing her belief that carbon monoxide poisoning may have been the cause. In an interview with TMZ, she suggested that toxic fumes could be responsible, though the gas company involved found no leaks during their inspection. Leslie Ann Hackman, another daughter, also spoke out, telling the Daily Mail that her father had been in remarkably good shape for his age. She noted that he hadn't shown signs of illness and had undergone no major surgeries in the months before his death. Leslie shared that Hackman stayed active with regular Pilates and yoga sessions, crediting his physical health and longevity in part to his routine. While she acknowledged that his death at 95 wasn't shocking, she said Betsy's passing at 63 raised more questions. Leslie described their marriage as happy and said Betsy had been instrumental in keeping Gene going. "Betsy took very good care of him," she said. "She was always watching out for his health, and for that, I am really grateful to her." The couple had been married since 1991, after Hackman's first marriage to Faye Malt, which lasted from 1956 to 1986. Malt passed away in 2017. After leaving Hollywood, Hackman maintained a quiet life out of the spotlight, rarely appearing in public. One of his last outings was to attend a comedy show in his hometown. Hackman's daughters Elizabeth and Leslie, along with his granddaughter Annie, expressed their heartbreak in a public statement. "With heavy hearts, we share the sad news of our father Gene Hackman and his wife Betsy's passing. While millions admired him for his incredible acting, to us he was simply Dad and Grandpa. His loss leaves an emptiness that words cannot fill, and we are truly devastated." Tributes from Hollywood quickly followed. Clint Eastwood, who directed and starred with Hackman in the Oscar-winning Western Unforgiven, said, "No actor was more talented than Gene. His performances were always real and powerful, never anything less than perfect. More than that, he was a close friend, and I will miss him deeply." Morgan Freeman and other prominent figures also paid tribute to Hackman's extraordinary legacy. Although his death remains a shock to many, Hackman's journey from a determined outsider to one of Hollywood's most respected actors has left a lasting legacy. He began his acting career at the Pasadena Playhouse in California, where he was famously voted least likely to succeed by his peers. Undeterred, Hackman used that judgment as fuel to prove them wrong. It was at Pasadena that he formed a lifelong friendship with fellow actor Dustin Hoffman. Despite being rejected in early auditions for his looks and acting style, Hackman persisted. He honed his craft in theater productions, took small TV roles, and steadily improved. Bit by bit, he climbed the ladder, transforming his early struggles into one of the most remarkable acting careers in Hollywood history. Gene Hackman's journey in film truly began to flourish with his early roles. His first film, Lilith, marked his debut, but it was Bonnie and Clyde that catapulted him to fame. His portrayal of Buck Barrow, Clyde's brother, was both powerful and poignant, earning him an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. This breakout performance helped elevate him beyond supporting roles and established him as one of Hollywood's rising stars. A few years later, Hackman's role as Popeye Doyle, a relentless and morally complex police officer in William Friedkin's The French Connection, 1971, marked a turning point in his career. His gripping performance won him an Oscar for Best Actor and solidified his place as a Hollywood heavyweight. The film's success influenced a generation of crime thrillers and made Hackman a household name. Following that success, Hackman continued to take on compelling roles. In 1974, he collaborated with director Francis Ford Coppola in The Conversation, portraying Harry Call, a lonely surveillance expert tormented by guilt. The role allowed Hackman to express deep emotional nuance, and the film earned a nomination for Best Picture at the Academy Awards. Critics praised Hackman's performance as one of his finest. Throughout the 1970s, he starred in numerous acclaimed films, including Scarecrow, alongside Al Pacino. The movie was a heartfelt exploration of friendship and loneliness, and the chemistry between the two actors added to its emotional weight. In 1978, Hackman showed his versatility by stepping into the role of the witty and cunning villain Lex Luthor in Superman opposite Christopher Reeve. His charismatic performance made Luthor one of cinema's most iconic bad guys, proving that Hackman could balance humor with menace just as skillfully as he portrayed intense dramatic roles. As Hackman's career reached new heights, he continued delivering unforgettable performances, but the physical and emotional demands of acting began to impact his health. In a particularly busy year in 1990, during which he appeared in Loose Cannons, Postcards from the Edge, and Narrow Margin, Hackman underwent a medical procedure to prevent a heart attack. At age 60, he had an angioplasty to clear a blocked artery near his heart. Dr. Herbert Samler told United Press International that the procedure was done just in time, as Hackman was only hours away from a potential heart attack. He had experienced chest pain that radiated down his arm during a trip to Oregon. The doctor noted that Hackman had no prior history of heart problems and that the blockage was simply a result of aging. In a 2004 interview with Larry King, Hackman discussed the experience, admitting he hadn't realized the seriousness of the situation at the time. "It all happened very fast," he said. "I went in and came out the same day." When asked if he feared for his health, Hackman replied, "I try to take care of myself. I don't have many fears. My main concern is making sure my wife and family are provided for." In a 2009 interview with Empire, Hackman revealed that declining health was a key reason he retired from acting. "The doctor told me my heart wasn't in the right condition to handle stress," he explained. In retirement, he found joy in fishing, painting, writing, and watching budget films with his wife in New Mexico. He also embraced writing, co-authoring 3 historical fiction novels with archaeologist Daniel Lenihan and publishing his own westerns and crime novels. "Writing has a different kind of pressure," Hackman said. "It's something you can control because you're alone, instead of having a whole film crew waiting on you." Aside from heart issues, Hackman also suffered an accident in 2012 when he was struck by a car while riding his bike in Isla Mirada, Florida. At 81 years old and without a helmet, he was hit by a pickup truck and airlifted to a trauma center in Miami. Fortunately, his spokeswoman reported that the impact was light, and he sustained only minor bruises. He was released after a few days. As fans reflect on Hackman's remarkable life and career, questions linger around the deaths of both Hackman and his wife, Betsy Arakawa. Was it due to natural causes, or was something else involved? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching this video. We hope you found it interesting. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and click the next video on your screen to dive deeper into the lives of your favorite stars.